Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a review on the Ancore system, which you can see here. This is something new that just came out recently, and I think they started shipping them out in the last maybe 6 to 8 months, and I just got my hands on mine. I ordered it about 9 weeks ago, got it in last week. So this video is going to go over the likes and dislikes and whether I think it's something that could bring value to your home gym. Setup of the Ancore system is pretty easy. So what you do is you have this Velcro strap. I use the numbers on the rack system if you have 2 of them to make sure they're set up evenly. So you find the position you want it to be in, which isn't that important because it can slide a little bit. But then from there, take this little red part, put it through here, and you want to make sure this is pretty tight. So you pull on it, Velcro the system on. This is a safety feature where you just wrap this around the rack post and you clip it on. If it's offset, you're able to slide it a little bit up and down, which I have found that it does move just a little bit when you're using it if it's not secured tightly. So you really gotta make sure that you grab this and you kind of pull on this Velcro system and make sure it is secured pretty tight. I guess it is kind of a benefit maybe that you're able to somewhat move it up and down just a little bit, but you can see as I got it tighter with the Velcro, it doesn't move as much. So it's really easy to set up, easy to take off. How you adjust the weights, if you want to take the outer weight off, you got to hold on to the other 2 and you turn and pull off. And then to get it on, you just have to make sure you have it lined up. And then once you get it lined up, you just clip it back on that way. You can't really take it off with one hand because you see the whole entire plate system comes off. That's not really an issue. Just little ins and outs. Make sure you're holding on to the ones you want to keep on. Clip off the one that you want off. Pretty easy and simple to change the resistance on. So you guys see there's a little bit of slack here, and if you look at the other one that I have set up, there is no slack. So that's something that I found how to set this thing up is when you do go to put the plates on and you get it set, you see when you take them off, it kind of does tighten it up. If you line it up here and you turn and then clip it on, it takes the slack out of this pulley system. So again, on this one, you take it, you want to start it a little bit out in front, and then you can clip it on that way. So it eliminates the slack. I have had some athletes using it where maybe when they went to go set it up, they kind of did it like this, and there was a little bit of slack. Again, that doesn't really change how it works, but if you're using both systems at the same time, you want to make sure that both of these things are in good alignment with one another. So if they're both set up like this, then you get the same feel out of the pulley systems. So now I'll show you guys a couple movements that you can do with this. The reason why I bought the Ancore system is that we just opened up a smaller facility, which we have 3 racks in there, and it's very limited space, so I didn't want to buy a whole another lat pull down machine, which would take up a whole bunch of extra space. So I was like, let's try this out, see how it works. Some guys that we model some of our program off of, like Mike Boyle, speak highly of it, and I'm sure there's some sort of a affiliation that he has with Ancore to promote the product where, you know, I paid full price for it and I wanted to try it out and see how it feels. But after using it and kind of feeling the functionality of it and the amount of load you're able to put on it, these are going to be used for some smaller movements like some of the iso lunge chops and iso lunge lifts and iso lunge row variations. You're not going to be able to load it up super heavy and train a lat pull down movement or a very heavy row movement. These are going to be some of those more smaller functional type movement patterns that you would use this system for. So the feel of these Ancore systems, I think that that is one of the most important things that you can't really get out of a video is you're not able to see or you're not able to feel what the anchor system feels like. So from my perspective, from using typical free motion machines or anything like that, which is like a dual cable machine, versus the anchors, I would say the anchor feels very much like bands. Whereas it does almost feel like it increases resistance as you pull on it. It doesn't have like a smooth feel like a typical free motion would feel like. You know, it does add some versatility, but it's nothing that I don't believe I couldn't use bands for. But what you're getting out of the anchor system that you cannot get out of a traditional lat pull down is you can do different types of push pulls. You can do pulleys from a middle setup where a Titan lat pull down has a high setup and a low setup. So you can see right here, you've got the high pulley system and you've got the low pulley system. So at the anchor, you can set something right up at the midpoint. But like I said, the feel is very similar of a band. So you could just set up a band, wrap it around your rack, and kind of get the same type of feel that you're getting out of the anchor. From a strength and conditioning standpoint, I guess it's kind of nice because you can measure resistance with the anchor. On it, it has some plates that you're able to clip on and clip off, or little like, they're not plates, but they're little clip-on, clip-off pieces that add resistance, and you're able to track it. So if I have an athlete that's doing a iso lunge lift and I know he had the 10 and the 5 on, then I can track that as 30 pounds on his workout sheet and try to progress it from there. Whereas with the band, you have the option of, you can write in red band, orange band, mini orange band, so you can track things a little bit better. But honestly, from a functional standpoint, I think that you're better off just attaching a band to your rack, and you're gonna get the same type of feel that you would out of this anchor system. So at the end of the day, guys, in investing $1,100 into the anchor system, I can think of many other ways I'd rather put that money. Like I said, I kind of showed you guys all the variations I did with the anchor system. I showed you how to do them with bands, and the feeling honestly is much smoother than it is. It's smoother with the band than it is with the anchor system. This just kind of has like a rough type feeling to it, and it's not very smooth. It feels like a cable system that's almost not on a smooth track, like it's on rough edges or it keeps rolling side to side. It's just not a very smooth pulley system. And it does feel like a band kinda. It feels very similar to the band, but honestly the band feels much smoother. It's hard to describe to you guys, but at the end of the day, my personal opinion on it is you're better off buying a couple sets of bands from Elite FTS, take the other $800 and put it into some other piece of equipment that you want for your gym. All right guys, thanks for tuning into today's video. Hopefully you got some good information on the anchor system, and if you think it's something that you need for your facility, your home gym, whatever it may be, please subscribe and like the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video.